Okay, yeah, so welcome to Life Balance with Dr. Chinwe. And of course, like we always say, our community is beautiful, our community is powerful. And Life Balance is a community that intends to help everyone balance your life despite all odds. Whether you're a business person, you're an entrepreneur, or you're just uh, a working class person, whatever you are, whoever you are, the idea is that we must live a life of balance. Okay. So that's why we played that video a little to the left, a little to the right, and of course, we maintain a balance. And today, in Life Balance, we talk about health, we talk about finances, we talk about social life. Okay. We talk about vacation, we talk about leisure, we talk about so many things as it concerns human being. And today we're going to be looking at our health status. A lot of challenges going on here and there. And so we said people fall down, they drop dead. I mean, that's what has been happening. Pressure is high. Okay. So what are we going to be doing? What's the right thing to do? We have preventive medicine. We said it's very expensive to buy drugs. It's very expensive to do so many things. So we think it's cheaper to maintain a healthy life instead of waiting until things go wrong. Okay, but I don't have that. I'm not the best person to discuss that. Like you all know, I am a math and statistics student. I'm a mathematician, a statistician. So we've got a powerful presenter today. And interestingly, he's also my brother. But I didn't know he has done so much, so very well for himself over the years. He's a consultant. He's an orthopedic surgeon. He's a consultant in one of the very high reputable hospital in Abuja. Okay, so I'm just going to read a little bit about him because I can't exhaust everything about him. So I want to let's look at who exactly is going to be talking to us, so we know what um what to expect. Okay, I've just read some very few things about him. He's a doctor, like we said, a professional. He's been there for over 24 years in the medical practice. Okay, he's worked with Federal Ministry of Health for 10 years, where he acquired a lot of trainings and promotional health. Okay, he shifted to clinical practice and became an associate fellow in the Postgraduate Medical College of Orthopedics and full fellow in 2016, so many years back. Okay, he had his master's in public health. So today we're going to be talking about public health. Okay, and it's a seasoned public health advocates. That's powerful. So he's also he talked about caregiving, joint replacement surgeon. Wow. So if anybody falls down and wants to replace it, well, we don't want to fall down, so we don't think of replacing any of our joints, please. We're gonna be careful. Just tell us what to do, not to so you don't replace our joints. Okay, as a joint surgeon. Um, he's also currently one of the major federal government hospitals in Abuja. Okay, that's where he works. I've said that before. Formerly, he was the head of accident and emergency. Okay, and he was also, or some time ago, residency and training programs head. Okay, surgery departments. He has also headed the surgery department. Currently, he's a pioneer of head of orthopedics and trauma department. That's who he is. Now, he's not just a medical doctor, he's not just a consultant, he's also an entrepreneur. So you see that we're trying to balance our life, not only health. He has also left health to go into entrepreneurships. And he is one of the first adopters of blockchain among his peers. Okay, and he bought and he was a holder of Bitcoin that we talked about since 2016. So he's been playing in the crypto space. In fact, I personally got to know him in the crypto space then. Then I wasn't in the crypto space, but he already was there. Has established some blogs in 2017 and so many things. So many. I can't go on and on. We can those in the group can go back and read all what he has done, what he has been involved in over the years until now. He's also a researcher. Okay, he has done so many things, life modification, a lot, a lot, a lot. So, but I can't talk about all of those things today because it's just too many. But he's an expert. One thing I want to emphasize today is that he is an expert in glutathione. I don't know what that is, but that strikes me as something that we need to understand today. Glutathione, okay? So that's a medical term that, for me, I hear about it a lot. I know it's a wonderful thing, but Dr. Ray is going to demystify all of that today for us. So, Dr. Ray, I'm sorry I can't exhaust your bio here, so much. So I'd like to say a very big welcome to you. Thank you for making our time to join us in Life Balance and to show us how we can live our life, a healthy life. So, Dr. Ray, if you're right here, please, over to you, my awesome brother and a super medical consultant of high repute. Take it away from me, doctor. And by the way, what we're going to be discussing, sorry, I forgot. The topic that he's going to be looking at today is your health, my health, our health. Thank you so much, doctor.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister, my Amazon sister. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very well, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And good evening, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big honor for me to be here and to have a discussion on this particular topic on health with each and every one of you here. It's a big honor. I want to appreciate my sister, Dr. Chiwe, for contacting me and for the privilege to speak. I know I'm speaking to elites, speaking to people who are learned, I'm speaking to great people, and people who are also great entrepreneurs. I know one or two of you, our ways have crossed one way or the other in the past. And so I want to appreciate you all. Thank you for the opportunity once again. Yeah, the concept life balance is an awesome one, honestly. And I know most of the time we go into this without even, properly packaging it. But it's a great idea that Dr. Chinwe and her team are packaging something like that and bringing people. I think it was Engineer Boye that spoke. I still would like to reach out to him. I so much appreciated his talk on, I think that was on media, marketing, and all that. It was an awesome time. So I could see on this platform, people are coming to bring in different views to life to make it balance. But today we're going to go into health, just like she said. Health is very massive. We understand that. And nobody can exhaust everything about health. I just took time to think about what should I discuss here. Should I go into my area as an orthopedic person? I'm only going to be making people to be coming to me for consultation. How is it going to benefit each and every one of the people? I want a situation where people can be empowered. People will be able to know what they should do at a particular point in time. However, I also realize that I'm dealing with learned people and entrepreneurs. Life balance talks about complete balance. In fact, the definition of health, if you look at it, is actually the definition of life balance. So when you look at that, I'm going to share my screen and without wasting more of our time to go into the discussion right away so that we'll be able to have some time to interact and ask questions. Because honestly, I'm sure I won't be able to exhaust the talk. But I'll try my best to narrow it down to an aspect that will benefit each and every one of us in this particular forum. Sorry. Okay. Just like Dr. Chinwe rightly pointed out, we're going to be talking about the healthy you. What does it mean for you to be healthy? In a short time, I'm also going to minimize this so that I'm going to show us some information here. So you understand what it means, especially here in Nigeria and in Africa. I have this concept and I've been promoting it seriously, adding health to your life and adding life to your health. This is actually life balance itself. Now, what is adding health to your life? When you are living long or you intend to live long or there's longevity there, but you realize that a lot of people who are living long are paying a lot of sacrifices. One illness or the other, they're not enjoying their old age. I've seen old people who just wishing that death will come and pick them. But one can initiate moves at this age and be able to maintain an opportunity to add health, quality health to longevity. Understand that? And some people also living very healthy in any definition. And at the end of the day, also, they don't live long. What are the measures? There are many measures. There are many things one needs to do. But I want to let you know, Dr. Chinwe talked about people falling down and dying. And you ask yourself, what are responsible? There are a lot of stressors everywhere. People are passing through a lot. I'm telling you now, it's a function of the ability of what is the makeup of their body, their physiology, to be able to withstand such stress. Now, individuals cope with these stressors differently, and they come in different forms, physically, mentally, psychologically, financially, in all forms. And in Africa, you can agree with me, for those of us in Lagos, almost everybody is shouting. People are shouting, people are making a lot of noise, and you ask yourself, how are they coping? They are releasing their stress by shouting, by fighting, and all of that. Now let's look at, so I want to minimize something and show us this particular information here. Now look at it. This is the life expectancy of the world population. We go through this. This is both sexes or the gender. Now, the first column here, the country life expectancy of both sexes, that is the average, then females and males. You will see it clearly that women tolerate stress more than anywhere in the world. And so longevity is higher among women than men anywhere in the world. In fact, it's only in Nigeria that there's almost no difference. I'm going to show us that. Now, Hong Kong is topping the lead. This thing is live captured. Understand, this information is updated on a regular basis. Let me scroll down, and this will shock you. And you understand what is happening here in Nigeria. Please, I want somebody to mute and answer the question. Was the last country in this chart? Hello?
Yes.
Hello? What's the last country in this chart? Can somebody unmute and answer the question? Am I audible enough?
Yes, you are.
Yes, sir. You are audible, but I think the screen you're sharing is I think it's very tiny. So here I'm not able to get the details.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's just.
If we look at this, the last country with the lowest life expectancy here.
I'm seeing Nigeria here.
Yes.
200, number 200 is Nigeria.
The last
54 points.
life expectancy.
Yes,
Other people are hitting 86, 87. Nigeria is 54. And just like I said, 54.9 for ladies, 54.3 for men. It's only Nigeria that's happening. It's only Nigeria that's happening. Now, I'm going to go back to my presentation. Sorry about this. I just wanted to show us how serious this is, taking care of our health. Because what we're going to go into is understanding what we should be doing and what is the standard thing. And it's basically on primary health. And that's what everybody can be part of. I'm going back to this. Okay, I just wanted to bring, so that's the advantage of the meaning of adding health to your life and life to your head. What is the definition of health? WHO say that as a state of, the health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not just the absence of disease or infirmity. That's WHO definition. These have been captured since 1986. And you understand that it's not just when you are not feeling physically healthy that you say you are not healthy. Your mental health is important. In fact, there is a definition that put in your financial health, your social health. How do you relate with people? Everything matters here. And now the goal of health promotion, which is where we're going to emphasize on or narrow down to, is to encourage individuals and communities to adopt healthy lifestyles. I know we have a lot of this, but I want to tell you one thing, and if you can agree with me, health promotion and disease prevention is what is paramount. But do you know that there is this inertia in human beings to be lazy about, working towards promoting their health? You can agree with me. How many times do you go out to exercise? I just see my Chiwe and team. But how regular are you doing that? Only few people. How many times are you careful about what you eat at particular age and time? Where you find yourself, the environments around you. How long? How many times? Even if sometimes you can't even afford it. So we are going to look at primary health care, and we narrow down to health promotion, disease prevention, and here too, we narrow down to health promotion. Now, health promotion simply means what you do to keep your life, to keep healthy. Why disease prevention is what you do to prevent disease from coming into your system. They are all together. Primary health is both preventive, promotive, curative, and rehabilitative. The curative aspect of it is just a little aspect, like treating malaria, typhoid, all those little treatment you give. When it's beyond that, you go to secondary healthcare delivery, you go to tertiary, there are also quaternary kind of healthcare. But here, we look at what we do, bridging medicine with nutrition and lifestyle modification is becoming an attractive aspect of nutritional medicine. And even many medical professionals are embracing this. If you look at this image here, you will see alcohol is sticked. It's marked down, and it's exercise, nutrition, good sleep, social connections. Social connection includes an environment. It actually includes your Christian, your religious, and everything, because life balance actually comes around your spirituality, which is number one, your health, your wealth, and then your social setting. And so this builds up your complete self. And without any aspect of this, you won't be a complete person. And we know, of course, we in Africa, we all people who actually look up to God. And that is primary, because life without that makes no meaning. Now, like I said, many medical professionals are diving into bridging medicine with nutrition, understanding the concept. It wasn't there before, and it wasn't really emphasized. All that lifestyle modifications. Now, we realize that while we're in the practice, sometimes you realize you've done the best you can do for your patients, and you still don't get any good results. You did all the necessary surgeries, took all the necessary precautions, made all the necessary observation, kept all the charts and all the recordings, and at the end of the day, you don't get any good results. So now you ask yourself, where did you go wrong? What were the reasons? Because the person, sometimes actually, people say they were pursuing the patient from the village. They follow the person from the village. We just say something like that, derogatorily. But the fact remains that sometimes you don't have an answer to why all your efforts failed, even though you put in the best. Now, overcoming the inertia. We talk about if you don't enjoy what you do, even though it's for your good, what do? Incentivize by monetizing it to your passion. I want to explain what this simply means. I just mentioned that people don't like doing all those things that will keep them healthy. There are this element of laziness, coming out to exercise, to jog, and then putting in the right thing on your tables. Sometimes people don't like the taste. They want to eat what you like and what you like the taste. People ignore things and take the risk and move on. You live life once, and that is on. And so while you are living life, enjoy it. And so people live their lives anyhow they feel like, losing the discipline, the discipline to be able to maintain the quality aspect of life. But do you know one thing? If you incentivize whatever a person is, whatever a person does, but does not like that, but knows that that thing is for his or her, you realize people begin to do that. And so that's why when you are discussing something like this, you have to realize that you have to bring in factors that cause the person to have an interest in doing it. Otherwise, the person will just listen to it and go back and sit down. Now, I want us to delve a little bit deep into nutritional science. There is this proverb that is an African proverb: the firewood in every village cooks for the people. The firewood in the forest in every village is enough to cook for the people in that village. Now, what we're trying to say here is that all the plants and animals that are in every environment are enough to provide the nutritional values that people need. But people don't have access, or if they have access to this, they don't know how to manage it. If they know how to manage, they don't have the discipline. Because there are things that are influenced, cultural influence. People go the way they think. That's how everybody is doing it. We call it following the heart. So in environment, you realize that we have all these nutritional things, bring them into the kitchen, for instance. And in the kitchen, by the time you have done and you're bringing them to the dining table, very nutritious stuff into the kitchen, but what comes to the dining table are delicacies with little or no nutritional values. And you can't change it. And it's not just in Africa, everywhere in the world. That's the situation. And so people are going on this. Of course, your carbohydrate will always be the end result. Some proteins, of course, you see people are eating their proteins, will be there. But what about the micronutrients? Those are the things that people talk about, people dropping and dying. Have you assessed how is their system cushioning the stress around them? A lot of things are missing, but they are almost there for them to use, but unfortunately, they don't have access to it. Now, what do? You now find a way to or get the information, which is actually basic here, to have access to what you need, even though you are still maintaining your delicacies. Understand? So let's talk about our body now. From here, I'll go deeply into what we're supposed to do, because when you talk about promoting health, there are many ways, there are many things to be done. But there are central things which actually, if you can handle that single thing, your body takes over. We're not trying to say that alone is all and all, no. But that alone has a high percentage of taking care of a lot of things in the system. I want to explain this now by going through these 3 slides I'm going to show now. I borrowed them. 1 or 2 persons may have an idea where these slides are coming from. What is important, I break it down. So you understand, first of all, how our body is. That your human body contains trillions of cells. We know that cells is the minutest part, or minutest functional part, but the minutest functional parts of the body. And your vitality is a reflection of how healthy the cells of your body are. That is reflected in your vitality. And our body creates over 40 billion new cells every day. This changes as you are aging. It's not significant per se here now. But every single cell of the body produces what is called glutathione, that the Chinwe mentioned about. That this glutathione is what we're going to look at now. Every single cell in the body. Now, your skin is an organ in your body, made up of billions of cells. Now, your liver is an organ in your body made up of billions of cells. Now, there are makeups of systems like your gastrointestinal system, made up of many organs, each of them used by billions. And each of these single cells that are in their trillions has the capacity to produce what is called glutathione. This glutathione, I want us to pay attention. This glutathione is what we're going to talk about now. Is very, very central to health and the promotion of quality health. And good thing about this glutathione is that our body produces it, and it's almost impossible, or at least through the studies so far, not been found any other significant way of bringing it into the body, just like any other thing can be supplemented. You cannot supplement glutathione. Now, what that means that God gave what looks like the most important thing and make sure that our body produces it adequately. Glutathione is regarded as the mother of all antioxidants. What are antioxidants? Antioxidants are tools. They can be exogenous, that is brought in from outside the body, or endogenous, produced by the body. Glutathione is not the only endogenous one. And all this together helps in eliminating what is called free radicals in the body. And that alone, that single act alone, among many other functions, is at the center of reducing what we call chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is at the center of many degenerative diseases people are encountering. This is how glutathione looks like. Glutathione is very simple. Every single cell produces, it is made up of amino acids. Amino acids, as we know, are the minutest aspect of proteins, just as we say that soup and glucose is the minutest aspect of carbohydrate. Minutest aspect of protein are amino acids, and there are about 20 amino acids. And out of these 20 amino acids, they have different names. The ones 10 are called essential and 10 are non-essential. Essential means you need to supplement them before you get them into the system. Now, out of these three, glutathione is made up of 3 amino acids coming together, the glutamate, cysteine, and glycine. Now, this is where they are formed in the body. Now, I'm not interested in explaining the structure for you. I'm just keeping it here, but just listen to me, so that I'm trying to make this explanation as simple as I can. Just listen to what I'm saying. This structure is just to guide me, but don't bother yourself about it, so don't get confused. But at least you understand the 3 names there. You can say that glutathione is a tripeptide. Tripeptide means 3 amino acid molecule. That's what a glutathione is. And this glutathione that helps, that central in the body, I told us, is the mother of all antioxidants. It's the mother of immune boosters in the body, meaning there are others, but it is central. Let me give you an example of some other thing you can put into your body, and it becomes an antioxidant. Simple example is vitamin C. Now, vitamin C is an exogenous, but do you know that vitamin C in your body cannot be effective in eradicating free radicals? I'm going to talk a little bit more about the free radicals. It's not enough to eradicate, cannot effectively perform its antioxidant role to eliminate these free radicals if you do not have adequate glutathione. Reason is because the glutathione will co-opt vitamin C, recycle those that have been oxidized, and bring it back and use it together to form a formidable antioxidant system that now will war against every other attack in your body system. That is the position of the glutathione. Now, free radicals we talked about, it's actually, you can call it metabolites. One of those things in the process of your daily activities, your body is churning out, metabolizing things, creating new ones. Metabolism means breaking down and synthesizing new things in your body. That's a simple way to explain metabolism. Now, the breakdown byproducts of certain things in the body turn into what we call free radicals. And free radicals in little quantity are actually beneficial. Sometimes the body uses it also in eliminating some microorganisms and stabilizing the body. But what happens when they are in excess? What causes the excess free radicals? We talked about stressors. We talked about a lot of things that give people stress, that make people to fall and die, and all of that. Now, you will see how these free radicals are actually produced in high quantities in the body. And let's go back to this. First of all, you understand the benefits of when you have adequate glutathione. Adequate. I see our body produces. So why am I not talking about having adequate and inadequate glutathione? Take time, you will understand it. But please, I want everybody to pay attention to understand. This simple is actually, you can call it a simple biology. But studies are into this, which I have done my own review on this, to see that central to health promotion is this topic we're discussing today. Central to health promotion. If you understand this and apply it in your life, you have less incidence of diseases, infections, sicknesses, and other things in your body and the people around you. We're going to go deeper into this, understand the challenges and the breakthroughs that have surrounded this particular topic. I decided to choose it because honestly, if there's anything I will feel to be described that will feel the life balance programs, it is staying at the center of health promotion. And if you ask me, at the center of health promotion is understanding that regimen, that ingredient or regimen that our body itself can use to keep us healthy and strong. You understand all of that? We say that glutathione is the mother of antioxidant, it is the mother of immune boosting, it is an anti-aging, number one, anti-aging product in the body. How does it do that? Now, when you have, like I said, every cell produces, we see here, every cell in the body produces glutathione. Now, the cell in the body, I say, is the smallest functional portion of your body. That smallest functional part, see, have inside it what we call organelles. Now, every cell contains an organelle we call mitochondria. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of every cell, energy producing system of every cell. It is in the mitochondria of every cell that glutathione are synthesized. For those of us who have a little understanding of biology, chemistry, and biochemistry, you will know what we call ATP, adenosine triphosphate. That is what is the energy the body produces. Every activity you do, everything you eat and do, if your body has not been able to produce adequate ATP, you don't have energy. You are going to be sluggish. Now, it happens in that mitochondria, which is where this particular glutathione are synthesized. So the health of your mitochondria, which is that organelle in your cell, is a function of its ability to produce or synthesize enough glutathione so that you will release enough energy. When your body releases enough energy, that energy powers a lot of reactions and energizes a lot of sequences that take place to keep you bubbling in vitality as a healthy person. That's where I'm going to. These are big drama, I understand. I try to see how I can simplify it, but I think I'm not using too big jargon, except few I'm selecting. But what you have to understand here, now, when you have that, that's why you say you can maintain energy production. Because at the center of glutathione is the ability of your mitochondria to produce adequate energy. By empowering a lot of enzymes, coenzymes, and sequence actions and reactions, taking care of some of them are rate limited. So all of these things, the body now begin to function. Your cells, the organelles, the nucleus, and every other part of your cells become healthy. And let me tell you, once your cells are healthy, your entire body will be healthy. Your cells can be healthy if the mitochondria are not effectively performed. Mitochondria cannot effectively perform if there is not enough glutathione there. And it also produces that glutathione. So if it is not produced adequately, there are issues. But we see it, our body produces it. So let's look at the benefits when you have adequate. Talk about maintaining energy production Now talk about strengthening immune system. It is central to this. It does that by creating that energy available for synthesizing every other immune system in your body and keeping them active and strong. Now it detoxifies toxins in livers and cells, which is central in helping your liver cells. We call them the hepatocytes, the liver cells, to do what? Do the work of detoxification. You took in something that, let's say you took in excess drugs. You are not supposed to take overdose and everything. It knocks you down, but gradually you recover. Detoxification is a function. Now, that's where we now talk about people falling and dying. Let's assume your liver are not strong enough to do this, just because there's not enough mitochondrial function in the liver cells. How will you be able to eliminate such? Now you see two people who drank the same. One survives, the other does not. Even if the one that survived may even have taken more than the other person. It's a function of all this. Now, that's where I'm trying to emphasize the fact that understanding this is central to our optimizing our health, at least with something that's simple and basic. Simple and basic knowledge. If we have it, we now think about how to assess it. And once we assess it, we will be able to maintain it for ourselves and for all our loved ones. Improves mental focus and clarity. People are aging. People at younger age, they are becoming so forgetful every time. They're forgetting things easily. Now, when you are on this, you have to maintain focus and clarity. Improve quality of sleep. So the problems, a lot of people are under stress and they can't sleep again. That's a vicious cycle setting up. And that makes their case very, very difficult to handle. Now, reducing the effects of stress. I've been at the center of this. Stress has been at the center of the generation of excess free radicals. Psychological stress, mental stress, physical stress, including, let me give you a simple example. We say exercising is very good. Very strenuous exercises can cause some harm. Now, people who are into that, like those who are athletic, those who are into sports, need to do something, and some of them do. They have the information or they have the wherewithal to have access to extra source of eliminating the impact or reducing the effect of the stress in their body. That's why when you see them, they lean down overnight. We say they are keeping fit. They are keeping fit. But if there are no break in that keeping fit, they will continue like that and possibly break down on sun. So improves the skin. I'm going to show us a brief video when we're through with it. Understand the central of the role of glutathione. Of course, that's why some people know glutathione only in soaps and detergent and soaps and creams. But those ones are very, very of little benefit. To be honest with you, you get better results building from within to the outside if you have access to adequate glutathione in your system. People will be wondering, why are you emphasizing this? Since it's our body that produces this, what the challenge? You're going to understand as we go along this presentation. Now, enhances athletic performance and the recovery after athletic performances. That is one of the things. Enhances libido and sexual health. Very, very central. There was this professor, I don't want to mention where he was, very senior guy, a registrar in one of the councils, federal government councils here in Abuja, who has an access to one of these products, because what happened was I have a connection with an organization. And when I got that connection, I was doubting their potential and what they could do. So their team on ground in Nigeria, they now connected me with the professor who were behind part of this in Malaysia. And I had a Zoom meeting where I work. I invited the second in command next to my chief medical director and my other friend who is the head of gynecology. And two of us, I invited them. We joined in that Zoom meeting. It was recorded actually. I had a Zoom. And now I threw my questions. And it was when I was asking that, I didn't know that registrar I talked about, I have never met him before, was with the guys, that on ground. They are not Nigerians. Was with them, and they had an idea. So he joined in that Zoom meeting as people from the other side. Why three of us, me and my two friends on this other side. And do you know the guy met me in real life probably a month or so later, and this man hugged me, and I was wondering why he hugging me. He said, "Do you know I have been with these guys, but by the day I had that meeting, I joined you in that Zoom meeting organized for you to get things clarified with the organization. That was the day he had this information. And by the time he went back and got this particular product and took it, he said, Doctor, do you know I've been diabetic? And they said what aspect of the diabetes, I've not been able to sleep with my wife. I can't perform. My wife will try every night and we'll all get depressed. I got this product, and by the time I started, Doctor, I want to let you know that me and my wife are very, very happy. Doctor, I'm a Muslim. I don't know how I can talk about this, but I'm telling you the honest truth. I said, wow, I never knew he was that meeting. So now I want to let you know that to show you the importance of glutathione, there have been I told you I borrowed this slide, and this information are facts. They are researched. There have been over 100,000 studies on glutathione. 100,000. The only study so far that is more than glutathione studies in the world, I think, is studies or in the medical journals, is study on vitamin C, ascorbic acid. Apart from that, no other study has gone as far as this. Now, I want to let us know, having talked about the role and the benefits of this glutathione that our body produces, there is a bad news. There is a bad news about glutathione. I'm going to go into this. Now, I want to show you, please pay attention. I'm trying to explain this graph. It's not a difficult one, but it will help you to register it in your brain, and it will stick. So understand why we are on this. Look at, if you see my white cursor, I don't know if you're seeing it. I know that this presentation is better with laptop, but sometimes even me, I used to join with phone, my mobile phone. I got to see some things clearly. But look at this. This white line here, it was very, very horizontal here, and suddenly it went up. And this other one kept on going down. Now, if you look up here, this is the age of individuals. So if you're going here, as you're moving to the left, the older you are getting, the older you are getting. And this glutathione level, that means the older you are getting, the lower your glutathione levels are dropping. Until it turns red at the extreme of age, almost non-existent in the body. This is the fact. The older you are getting, your glutathione levels are dropping. This particular molecule we cherish and understand the benefits and the importance. This is the issue. Now, do you know one thing? It is dropping when you needed it most. When we needed it most, when oxidative stress levels, when you were younger, there's no oxidative stress. The moment you are hitting 20, 25, 30, oxidative stress in the body begin to shoot up. That is when your glutathione level is supposed to be adequate to take care of oxidative stress, because that's the main function. Oxidative stress is created by excess free radicals. When you are mopping up excess free radicals and reducing them, you are reducing oxidative stress and all the consequences of it, which we're also going to explain along the line. Now, when you need the glutathione most, naturally, is when it is going down. And that is even when the stress that your body is supposed to combat is getting higher. And you can now understand why life expectancy in Nigeria is among the worst in the world. Because my brothers and sisters, there's a terrible stress in this country. Terrible stress. Terrible stress. Both nutritional, psychological, political, economical, mental, academic, everywhere. In the sun itself, the heat, a lot of things are responsible. Now, there are also a lot of other factors that are combining together even to synergistically help in this stress. And as the stress is increasing, the more the glutathione levels are nosediving. And so, what some of those stresses, I mentioned that aging alone is a number one factor. Bear that in mind. It's a number one factor anywhere in the world. But one now we ask, why then are the Hong Kong people, Japanese, why are they up to 82 years average? Average age in Japan is 86 years. Now, that means that some of them cross 120, 130, 140. You hardly see such in Nigeria anymore. Whereas the average in Nigeria is 54, 55, meaning from 45 to possibly 66. Only few are crossing 70 now in Nigeria. Look at this. We will all listen to the stories everywhere. Now, having looked at that, why is that what that simply means is that aging in Africa and in Nigeria particularly is exacerbated or speeded up. Factors are speeding up. All those stressors we talked about, speeding up aging. A lot of them, pollution of all kinds, air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, land pollution, toxins, sleep deprivation, just to make ends meet. Sun exposure is even harder now. Smoking for people who are trying to, people feel like the way to free myself from all this stress is indulge into some of these habits. And they are now looking older than their age. And of course, they die younger. Smokers, alcohol drinkers, poor diet. Intentionally or unintentionally, people are making poor diet. So these are the factors that are all combining together to increase stress and nosedive the level of glutathione in the body. It's important to support glutathione level to maintain overall health and wellness. How? When it is dropping, one can say, can't I supplement it? We're going to come to that point. I hinted it earlier, but we're going to come to that point. There are over 4 diseases and health challenges associated with low glutathione. Get that? Over. The word is associated. Please note that. We didn't say glutathione, low glutathione causes diseases or does it. No. It's an association thing. But those of us who do some studies and research to understand the meaning, the relationship between something and association with it. That means for glutathione, let me make it simple and explain that here. It means that these diseases can be anywhere, but certain factors in the body, but certain factors trigger them up. And other factors will help to subdue them in the sense. So when there's low glutathione, there are excess free radicals. This will help to promote diseases, even if you have the genetic propensity. That means, for instance, hypertension is what we call essential hypertension, the essential one, or primary hypertension, usually inherited. You see it in the lineage, and the last one, some people are not having it. But if you subject them to certain environment and settings, understand, their glutathione level will crash early, and then their high blood pressure will shoot up early. In the family where it runs, almost everybody gets it, but some people get it at very old age. Others, their own started 45, started showing head, rearing his head up, and so on and so forth. But others, we will not. Now, it becomes this unfortunate. So that's what I mean by that. So if you have adequate glutathione, your body will resist that from becoming manifest, from blossoming. Understand? So without adequate glutathione, our cells cannot stay healthy. That is simple. If you are not getting enough energy in your life, you won't stay healthy. And cells need energy. And energy is synthesized in mitochondria. And mitochondria cannot do enough if there's no adequate glutathione synthesized there. Please, this information is central to good functioning of the body. And like I told you, there are studies that went into it. I want to show you some of the health challenges that are associated with low glutathione. I still use the word associated, not causing. I mentioned hypertension, heart disease, and stroke. That number one is central to that fall and die scenes that happen around the line. Heart attack, hypertension with stroke that strike people and they can't survive it, and a lot of that. And all these are triggered by all the stressors around us I mentioned. You talk about cataract, you talk about glaucoma, talk about eczema and memory loss, Alzheimer's disease, talk about erectile dysfunction. Is there male and female infertility? Now, everything you want to talk about, diabetes mellitus, they are not caused by low glutathione. They can manifest when your body is not in the right tune to do what? To muster internal defense and fight back. All these things are resisting them from settling and becoming part of your body. That's simply what we're talking about. When your glutathiones, your cells are healthy because of adequate glutathione, your body goes up and resists this and prevent it from happening. That's why it is also called an anti-aging system. Why stressors will speed up people's aging? Because everybody will age, you know. Adequate glutathione in the system slows down people's aging. That's simple as that. And that's where we're going to. Now, is it kidney disease? Any form? Osteoarthritis? How I wish I could show us one of those videos, but maybe I will have a link. There's a link, a blog, one of those blogs. I'm good in creating some blogs. And maybe I'll share it in the group and people will read it. There are no referral link in it. It's not about referral. It's not about promotion of business. It's just about this health issue. So people go through that. So feel free to click on it and read detail about even this information I'm giving you here, so you can actually assimilate it. Autoimmune diseases. It does not cause autoimmune diseases. But when you have adequate, your system is so tuned and stabilized that such autoimmune is rioting, like the body is rioting. Your cells, your antibodies started detecting part of your tissues, body tissues, and see them as strange foreign bodies and begin to attack them. And that is what autoimmune disease simply means. I want to give you an example. Somebody who has a rheumatic heart disease is an autoimmune disease. And what is rheumatic heart disease? That your antibodies sees the valves of the heart as foreign body and say, oh, there are foreign bodies in this heart. Let's remove them. But it is failed to recognize that those valves are really part of the body. That is autoimmune. You see it manifesting, Sjogren disease manifesting in SLE. What do you call SLE? Manifesting in, there are different ways of manifestation of autoimmune diseases. And even some atopy. Atopy are those ones that are also reactional, like what do I call it? Asthmatic attack and utterance. Those are atopies. High cholesterol, cancer, gastric, and utterance. So this I don't want to go on. You see your skin conditions. Psoriasis, I was thinking about that, yes. Now, glutathione levels are difficult to raise. This is once they start going down, age being the number one factor, and all those other things that are subjected to, even eating junk foods, all of them, they all contribute to crashing of the glutathione. Yet, when they are down, very difficult to raise. Our glutathiones will just get digested. If you take oral one, there are oral glutathione. Don't buy them. They are a waste of money. Glutathione can never be supplemented. If at all, maybe very insignificantly. Because in science, we don't say never. There may be, but they are insignificant and so not beneficial. It cannot reach the cells. The gastrointestinal, your enzymes will dilute and destroy them. Intravenous glutathione injections. I told you this is one of those slides I borrowed also from somewhere, and it's very, very correct. May work short term. There are what we call intravenous glutathione. You inject them into the veins. And those ones are very expensive. Their functionality are not reliable. Do you understand? Of course, how many people can, they are usually what we call NAC, N-acetyl-cysteine. is an injectable glutathione from sound, believing that when it goes into the system, it's not even glutathione, it's a precursor. But his ability is not that. Very, very trusted. That's why it has not gone widespread. But it's also only in the hand of very wary people. How can we effectively maintain glutathione level? Now, this is an image. I'm not going to explain it about bad news. It's difficult for your body to absorb it. Difficult for your body to absorb it. Now, I want to show us something now. And that's the good news. Now, this good news started in the last 10, 15, 20 years. Now, through all those studies, people now begin to devise means breaking down glutathione, those three molecules of glutathione I talked about, the glycine, glutamine, and cysteine. If you look at this, you see them. GLY is glycine, CLIS is cysteine, glutathione, and others. Glutamine. Now, cysteine is central. Cysteine is the part of the glutathione that performs a lot of those functions. And it is very, very unstable. So even if you get cysteine as an amino acid supplement, your intestine will destroy them. So it doesn't go into the system. Now, let me show you this example. You know, when you go to the river side, you see a lot of the seashore, you see a lot of sand, and there are also plenty of waters. Now, somebody can just stay there and be molding plenty blocks. Those blocks are like the glutathione. But sand and water cannot mold the block. But they are essential for molding the block. You needed one more thing. That is the cysteine. And that one more thing you need in a block is your cement. With adequate cement, you'll be able to mold plenty blocks living in the seashore. So cysteine is the problem of glutathione synthesis. It is unstable. It's difficult to bring in. Now, this first image here, where you see this X, is simply showing that glutathione cannot cross this cell membrane into your cell, into your mitochondria. Sorry, it cannot cross it. Understand? And this second other organization, to be honest with you, I partner with two American companies that helped me. It was why I'm going to tell that story later. Let me finish with the presentation. But I had to discover these two, and I had to attend meetings. The reason because I was in search for this. It wasn't because of any other. I was looking for it. I don't know. My wife is a witness. How do I have access to this? I went online and got people who were giving me preparations. I'm not sure of their sources. I declined buying them. Very expensive as well. So immune formulation 200 is a secret. One of the secrets is one of those system secrets that has been able to enable the body to have access to this raw material that had been the rate limiting, the cysteine. Being able to cross the barrier, this membrane, into the body cells. But how did he do it? Instead of it, look at the spelling here. Oh my God, I can't see it here. One is cysteine. If you're looking at that, this one is cysteine. So when you bring two cysteine together, it forms a cysteine. That is the formulation 200, immune formulation 200. They were able to bring that cysteine that breaks easily and mold it into a molecule called cysteine. Each cysteine contains two cysteine. That system is called the glutathione precursor system. That precursor is able to cross this membrane, enter the cell. This white side is your intestine. This red and is the membrane through which it will cross. This grayish area is your blood system. So it goes through into the blood system. This is the cysteine that has crossed. It is when it has crossed here, the system now breaks it into 16-16. The 16 are split. This 16 now will be available, just like cement is now made available for the water and the sand. The body will now start molding adequate glutathione by itself. The body must still mold it by itself. So that is the information here. You can't bring it from outside. So the secret here is being able to drive into the body in a very systematic way, though simple technology, but it took them a lot. The study took place in Harvard University. It took place, and they were able to get this and have access of transferring cysteine in the form of cysteine into the cells where it now breaks down to the cysteine and combine with the two other amino acids, and your body begins to mold in the mitochondria adequate glutathione. And that is just the solution. So I want to show us this. That is what I just talked about. This product is where that science is. Look at this side on the left. We call intracellular glutathione level 24-hour experiment. Studies have been carried out, researches, peer-reviewed studies, clinical studies carried out on this. But I want to show you this, comparing that comparing this immune formulation 200 with, this is the injectable type. This gray, this blue or dark blue is the injectable, the NAC. How it's able to raise glutathione level. It works. People believe it works, but it's unstable and very expensive. Now, the other source people believe is the selenomethaionate. Sorry I forgot about the terminology, the words, just like chemistry was anyway. It's also an oral glutathione formula. This is where it's at. Now, this is the pro-immune formulation 200. This is the level. It shows very significant increase. This below here is the study, the research study where it was published. Understand? It showed here. Now, this product is called H3+. Now, having 3 basic ingredients, immune formulation 200 is central, and that's where my emphasis is. However, what this system did, what they did with this, why I'm bringing this, for me, this is a formula I can see that's available, I could see now. There are few other ones anywhere in the world you can see. But I took time to make people understand the basis of glutathione. So you can now go and do your research and find out how you can access this. This one, I can access it. I just wish I would have just shown you bottom. Now, you look at it, during 2020 COVID-19 era, for the first time, people understood the benefit of vitamin D3 as not just one of those vitamins, essential vitamins, no. Remember, this is the soluble type. It's not vitamin D, it's not vitamin D2, this is vitamin D3. Very, very soluble and very, very rare. It's not easily available. Some pharmaceutical organizations actually market it and they're very expensive. When you get them there, when you have D3. Now, this D3 was found out during that period to be central to immune boosting during the COVID era. It works as an immune booster, it works as a vitamin, it works as an enzyme. Now, the formulators of this product now realize to get something in one place, they needed to bring this formulation 200, bring in the vitamin T, and bring in tomycin. I'm going to share a link that will give you the breakdown and functionality of this combination. The only thing that is needed outside this for your adequate functioning of the body as putting your health naturally by your own cells through the raw materials you provided is vitamin C, which is not in this formulation. But I want to let you, I think I have a more recent one. I saw that they have added vitamin C. With that, you are okay. Now, I'm just taking time to share it with you. It's not about testimonies, but about researches. Now, look at the benefits. It's not about immune booster. I've talked about all this before. Cardiovascular protection, regulates cholesterol and blood pressure, promotes energy and vitality, brain health optimizer, digestive support, liver detoxifier, bone and joint health, skin beauty enhancer. So people, that what they go for. And protection from all your body cells and optimizes organ function. This is very, very central. Who benefits from adequate glutathione precursor source, like a triplus? Who are the people that benefit? Sorry, this thing is not moving up. Okay. Now look at this. If you are over 30 years and you're feeling the effects of aging or burnout in your system, you need to start immediately to look for glutathione precursors. Remember, I'm not saying glutathione, but precursors. You can get anyone you think is authentic. If you travel frequently and suffer from jet lag, and you really need the rest, you need to be on this, on any of the sources. If you have been struggling to recover after an illness or surgery, maybe major surgery, you need it. If the stress is wearing you down and you are feeling fatigued, just as people are doing that because you want to make ends meet, are you on any of this central? It's very, very important for you to know that this is something you must forget about every other thing people are pushing here. And I just would like to mention this. Whatever people are marketing to you in the name of something, beautiful. They are all okay, understand? And but make sure there are researches, scientific researches, backing them up, apart from the common ones we're used to. If stress is wearing, if you are a smoker, if you or people around you are heavy drinkers, or people who are exposed to certain pollution, either in workplace or your environment, go to Lagos. I've been in Lagos, you know some of the settings, both the water and the air, humidity, every place stuff. You need this. The stress will be much on the body. Lifespan will certainly be affected. Lifespan, life expectancy in such settings, of course, now we know life expectancy in the cities are lower than in the villages. The problem with the villages, because their life still no balance. You know, fresh vegetables, less pollutions, but no money in their pocket. Even if there's any little breakdown, not them up. Remember, they're also under a lot of such stress, even psychological one. If you are on multiple medications and you need to strengthen your immune system, you need to be on this. If you are caring for aging parents or loved ones who need extra support, remember that age is a critical factor to cellular glutathione depletion. Age is the number one factor, actually. As long as you're aging, it's be going down. Other things will only help it to speed it up. You need something like this. Think about your aged ones, loved ones, just a nutritional beverage, and that's what this is. You get it for them. It's not a drug. So see, it's protein content. The other things they put in that particular blend I showed, which is the one I am very familiar with, and I have done studies with them, is because everything there is nutritional, to be honest with you. And it's a beverage. It's a life-changing solution that will help you feel healthier, younger, and more energized. There are no two ways about it. 3 days ago, I was calling my wife to see if I could get the number of that patient. He gave me a complimentary card. One of my patients who came in with, I think it was lumbar spondylosis, and I was managing my clinic, and a lot of other complaints, multiple joint pains, and order for some investigations, while also started on some medication at the same time. And I forgot about this guy. I didn't remember his name or face. He came to me 3 days. That was on Tuesday in my clinic, and was beaming with smile and happiness. And I was wondering, the face looked familiar, but I couldn't, to be honest with you, I consult more than 3 places. So I couldn't remember Okay, maybe he's one of the people I met here. And I introduced himself and explained to me and mentioned to me that I asked him if he can afford to lay hand on H3 plus. He brought out that I'm recommending it for him. He said, Doctor, can you look at my skin? I said, I don't know how your skin was before. He said, but he saw me a month ago. I said, I can't remember. He said, Doctor, I feel like I'm a younger person. That's not what the word is. He refused to leave my clinic. I had to try to free him so that I could attend to other people. But he was beaming with gratitude and happiness. Incidentally, I don't know, but I just want to bring that to us because I just remembered feeling younger and more energized. I can't even feel any pain in my body anywhere. Take those taking time to fully recover after severe illness, you will have recovered, but you are still not yourself. You're not gotten back your former self. It can be you, it can be anybody around us. What can help them recuperate faster? Because their glutathione were depleted within the stress of the illness. Forgot to mention that chronic illnesses and themselves also speed up, of course, now that's also why they speed up deaths. Those that work long under the sun or exposed to industrial chemicals and radiations, those who do strenuous exercises, the severely injured, and those who have passed through many surgeries. This will be a great nutritional and health recuperating support for them. Can be anybody around us. See, the number, you can name a lot of benefits and those who can benefit from this. But for me, from 35 and 40 years old, let me even say from 40, 45 years old, you need to be on this kind of thing. It's going to help to reduce all those things you're talking about. Reduces among your people. Like I said, I'll tell you my story maybe in the next slide. Those losing their natural curly hair, hereditary or through circumstances, maybe some medications and other things. You're not suffering. Alopecia means hair loss, actually. Hair loss. So you are losing it because you see you inherited hair loss or through circumstantial benefit. This is one of the things you need. I don't want to say that. Now, oh my God, the healthy and where do you? I know everybody in Nigeria have become an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. But please bear in mind, this thing is not about entrepreneurship for now. Basically, what we're looking at, understanding something that is central to us in health promotion. Anywhere in the world is glutathione. As long as, when you are younger, 20, 25 years old, let's even say up to 30 years, honestly speaking, this presentation does not concern you. You're bubbling, you're still very actively playing games, sports, football, and not rest. It's not for you. You still have adequate enough in your system. It's those who are now advancing beyond that. It's for people at lower age, if they have passed through some terrible stresses in life, they also need to start early to augment this. Please, this should be understood. Now, having made that statement and remark, it's also important now for you to understand that these things are not cheap. So if you can solve intractable problem, if you will have this knowledge and understanding and begin to use it to people around you and other things, but you realize you're also handicapped, who and who can you help among your loved ones? But you realize that this is a problem-solving situation. It is central to the health of people. And in Africa, health primarily is wealth, not only in Africa, anywhere in the world. And you'll be able to create immeasurable values. Can you create your own precursors, glutathione precursors? That would be the most important thing, one of the best gifts you could give to humanity. Values you could give to humanity. Where you cannot create your own, you leverage. I am leveraging, but I have done my studies. Immeasurable values beget unquantifiable wealth. Understand that. Let people understand the value. Some people don't even understand the value. Bring it. Naturally, it will build you. If you don't know the way to the village stream, You follow fragments of broken pots. That's an Igbo adage. Leveraging on others. We leverage. Important we get this information. You will not need these products. I mean, who will not need these products? Think about loved ones, even if you don't. What if you cannot afford it? Then think out of the box. Nothing is impossible under the face of the earth. If your pocket can't go for you, your mouth and legs can. Become a partner. Find a way to now step into this. Now, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a crypto enthusiast. Like I step into it when many people were not in it. And one of my first, I'm not going into that, was crypto. I know the benefits I made. But because of the volatility in it, that time I not fully understood also the circles that go with the crypto. I pulled out. And that's actually when I step into the system. That's when I now begin to think about bridging medicine with nutrition. That's when I did studies and review studies for people, organizations, and I presented to over 1,000 doctors across the globe on Zoom meetings like this, based on my review studies on glutathione. And that is 4 years ago, or 5 years ago. And that's why I'm seeing that. And I run a campaign I see called Bridging Medicine with Nutrition. And so if your pocket cannot go, be a partner. And that's what I'm doing. Now, overcoming the inertia. If you don't enjoy, I'm bringing these slides again, and for us not to understand what I mean. If you don't enjoy what you do, even though it's for your good, what will you do? People know certain things are good for you. People say, I know drinking adequate water is good, but I can't. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm speaking for somebody here. People know that, for instance, taking medication is going to help you recover. Take your anti-malaria. So you can go back to your work. Don't even wait until malaria knocks you down. But they say, I know it's good, but that thing cannot pass through my throat, and I can't receive injection. When you find yourself in having challenges in promoting your health, and it becomes difficult for you, either laziness, or it's not your nature, it's not your core, it's not your thing, incentivize it. Incentivize it. Incentivize it. What I mean by monetizing it to your passion. One of the ways you can be part of the glutathione program is come into the business aspect of it. It is a booming business. It is still booming. And it's going to boom for generations to come. And if you key in into a legacy system. Because many medical professionals, the first day I attended an organization, the meeting by these guys in Nigeria. I went there, I saw that professor that hugged me. He hugged me and started explaining this and told me his story. Now, another professor flew down from Sokoto, and I was asking him, I took pictures, I can share a picture with people. And the guy said, my colleagues, that the last set of people to understand this thing are medical doctors like us. Other entrepreneurs will be coming before them. By the time they come, they are latecomers in the business aspect of it.
Wow.
Bear in mind that I'm not here to talk about the business aspect of it, but I want to let you know that there are business in it. If I'm given an opportunity for me to share the business unit in the future, I don't mind. But for me, I want us to get this clearly. This is something everybody needs, except you don't love yourself and your family.
Wow.
Central promotional health is this. So let me round up. How do you want to grow old? Vibrant and healthy and strong. Please, to be honest with you, it's not only about this. All those you exercise it, but see, you can maintain good health if you will start with this. If you come into the business aspect of it, it's going to also help you. The story I wanted to tell us is that, because this is the last slide. I don't know if I still have time for the story, Dr. Chinwe, or maybe I can round up here. and then move on.
Your
But the
time is
same.
up. People are even excited about the whole thing. And wow, that was like, I wish we could. We don't want you to rush all of this because it's so packed, you know. I think we'll still have time to continue because we'll have a lot of questions and answers. But you know, our time
So
are.
okay. Let me stop there. The story is, I think I've passed the message from whatever education. So thank you so much. This is my last slide, honestly. I just added this slide a few minutes ago for us to understand. It's good to look towards, you know, healthy old age. That is the meaning of adding life, adding health to your life, and adding life to your health. Thank you so much. I think at this point, unless you want me to share one of those videos, but those one can come in. If there's no time for it, I would prefer more questions, interactive features, no matter how many few minutes we have to do that than other things, if I have passed the message. So I appreciate everybody for your audience. Thank you so much, Dr. Chinwe, for the opportunity to share it with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, amazing doctor. So much value. Seriously speaking, so much value. But I don't think we're gonna stop this. We're gonna stop today. I think we should have a continuation next Friday. I don't know. I know your time is always very tight, but I'm thinking that we should also continue next Friday because there's, you know, I've heard business in my ears. When I hear business, my ears open. I've heard about the product, fantastic product. I know I will definitely give me. I need to look healthy, you know. So thank you so much, doctor, consultants, surgeon, all the things, you know, so many things that you're just a wonderful and amazing person. So let's leave the floor for other people to ask questions. I have a lot of questions to ask anyway, personally, but let's leave the floor for others to ask one or two questions. And I think next Friday, please, I don't know, make us time and also let's have more discussion next Friday, you know, the videos on more interactive section. Okay, so anybody that has any question, you can put it or you can unmute yourself. And please, doctor is still here with us. And throw in any of the question regarding what he has just talked about, glutathione, and so many, plenty medical terms. My head is only maths I know. 1 + 1 is 2. And then when you add dollar and pound behind this, I become very excited. But this one that you're talking all these terms, but I know that health is wealth, actually. All right, let's see if anybody has a question. And please don't forget to drop some of those things you said in the group chats, in the group, so we can look at those, some of the videos and other things in the group. Okay. Thank you, doctor.
Yeah, let me get, it should be a link. The blog, so the blog that has was summarizing most of the things I said here.
Okay, so let's see
so that people can copy from there.
Let's say 77 on the chat while we appreciate doctor for this very loaded presentation. Thank you so much, doctor. It's not easy to have this kind of information for free. I know how many seminars I attend to be able to get information like this. Usually it's not free, but we're getting it free here. So if you like what you heard from doctor, please let's type a 77, put the fire emojis for him. Let him know that, oh, I can see 77 from Vera, Mike. Wow, my super amazing friend is 77. Engineer Tony says, thank you so much for putting 772. And please, if you have any question, do ask Dr. Ray. Before we go back to our super winner of the house, Dr. Ray, somebody in the house was able to decode that you're the one coming to present today, and we have a gift for her. Okay, she answered the question correctly and said you were the. She was able to unveil you before you.
I posted that link in the group. I posted the link.
Okay, all right, thank you.
That link will give you all the information and some short videos. In fact, the video was with a professor. I actually had interaction. I had meeting with in Malaysia, so I was able to get some short videos he talked about, particularly the A triples, because he's one of the people behind the study in the university.
Yeah, I can see Stella is also here. Stella, you're welcome as well. Okay, if there's no question, can I ask my own question because I've not seen anybody. When you don't ask question, it means that everything was clear. Yeah, I only seen 77, and I can see the link. Leah is also saying 77. Okay, yeah, good evening, Stella. Welcome to Life Balance. Okay, so there's a question here. There's a question on the chat for you. Please, does this drug interaction with other drugs? Okay, so I say, well, does this drug interact with other drug? Is this a drug? Number one, we need to understand, is this a drug? Because her question is if it interacts with other drugs. Somebody is asking the question.
Okay, can I answer immediately?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, you answered it correctly, Dr. Chinwe. It's not a drug. I talked about it from the onset. Is you could see the component, purely a tripeptide protein. Then other twins that are added to it are nutritional base, vitamin D and tumacin. Those things there and vitamin C. They later added to the component. So everything about it has no interaction. The body loves them. In fact, that's why any age group can take it. Even pregnant women do. No side effects, no interaction. It's not drug, not the family of drug.
Okay.
So,
okay, let me
and
ask
that's the beauty about it. That's why it's natural and it's purely organic. Nothing manipulated scientifically or no genetic modifications, GMOs in any of the products.
Okay, somebody is also asking, what is the business about? I think I can answer this one, please. Let me come in. Let me answer this one. Okay.
Okay.
Somebody is asking, what is the business about? Sincerely speaking, this is not a business presentation. We're here to discuss life balance is about how we can live our optimal life, how we can balance our life despite all odds. It can be financial, it can be health, it can be leisure, it can be exercise, and all of that. Okay, so there's actually no business, so to speak, in life balance, but rather we show you things what people are doing to sustain, a very healthy lifestyle. However, I'm also going to ask a question before he talks about the business, because I also heard him talk about that there's a business to it. Okay, I'm also getting to know that there's a business to it. Okay, but what we're concerned about primarily is all this fall down and die. All this walking on the road. They say you have kidney failure, liver failure. What can we do? And he came up and says that glutathione really helps everybody to maintain a good life. But however, there's a business angle to it. That business angle, sorry, doctor, I'm not sure you can discuss the business angle if there's one. Can we discuss it maybe next time? But for today's meeting, it's just the health aspect of it that we're discussing. However, I would also like to even know this product. Is there a particular product that talks about glutathione? You've been talking about the glutathione, so that I mean you can get it from other products or something. I don't know, but which particular one are you even showing us? We're just saying the component glutathione. What is the name of this product that we can use? Okay, before we talk about other things around.
Okay, yeah, that was the one I showed in that slide. That A3 plus is a product. Oh. Yes, that's it. The video I talked about, I would like to show is basically a 2-minute video. Maybe you would have liked to hear that. Let me share screen if you permit me. Just a 2-minute video.
Okay, no problem.
Maybe you. Okay, yes.
So while you're sharing the screen, can somebody say what country is it from? So where can we get it exactly? And that's my question. Where, how, and where can we get it? Am I the only one batting the soup right now? Okay, somebody's already batting the soup. Wow. Okay. People are already aware about glutathione. Okay. So please, how do we get it? How do we get back to you? But Dr. Ray is in the Life Balance group, so I think you can always have access to him.
To the chat there, okay.
Yes, so tell
us. All right. Yeah, like I said, to be honest, the technology is no longer dominated by one. There have been about 2 or 3, I am sure of. Like I said, there was a time I partnered with a US organization. This one, the organization is based in Hong Kong. It was because of that, it's Asian thing, I took my time. I actually initially felt they were liars. But I realized that the study was done in Harvard University. The product is actually US patented, understand? It was Harvard, but the guys are based there. and in Hong Kong and Malaysia. So that was why I had to have that meeting, and I did not go alone. Because the people came to our facility where I work in the federal government hospital, and so because of that, in fact, they came through the second in command, the second to our CMD. He was the one, because I am in orthopedics. I'm the head of orthopedics, so they had to come to me. And I wasn't interested. Because there was no way they could formally come on board. But when they mentioned, I was looking, that was the story I didn't tell. When they mentioned the glutathione precursor, people I was sending away, I asked them to come back and sit down. But because of where they were coming from, I just felt I have nothing to do with this guy, because they persisted. And they knew I knew a lot. So they connected me with the guys, and I invited these top senior medical colleagues of mine. They are not, who don't even understand anything about glutathione, because I've been in the glutathione system reviews in the past 4 or 5 years. Oh. They now joined me, and that was when I knew I could get more and get their products. Of course, I have access to the products. Now, see the products.
So what can you observe when you start consuming H+? H+ is so powerful and effective that within the first 2 to 3 weeks, you will enjoy better energy. You will be able to exercise better and recover from exercise faster. Many people have reported improved sleep. So you enjoy a deep quality sleep. And you will also notice that your performance improves. So this happens within the first 2 to 3 weeks. After the first month, you'll notice that your skin is better. Now, skin being the largest organ is a true reflection of internal health. If your skin is better, your internal health is better. Simple as that. Together with that, you will notice that you are less prone for infections, or if you catch a cold or flu, you recover from it faster. From the 3rd month onwards is when internal healing begins. So what will you notice is an improvement in your liver function, an improvement in your blood sugar, blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and definitely you'll notice that you are not as sick as others who do not consume H+. So H+ ensures better health within and what is noticeable from the outside. So